Episode 5, the beginning of the episode was the end of Saul Goodman, and the end of the episode was the beginning of Saul Goodman. If you look and compare these two scenes, you see an older, mature Saul Goodman, like kind of really old. I know he doesn't appear old, but he acts really old in the beginning, and he acts really young at the end. Hey, I'm G, and this is the G-Spot. If we look at the opening scene, the first thing that stuck out to me is Jimmy's first lines. Like 3 cheers for morality, and the sayings that he uses, they're just weird, and it sounds like your grandfather. He asked Francesca for the thing, but he doesn't use words. Again, this is something that older people do. They forget words. He's going through a list of responsibilities. He's making sure that all of his responsibilities have been taken care of, which is what mature older people do. And lastly, when he asks Francesca about the paperwork or files that were in the bathroom, she says, "You did that, don't you remember?" And so we see Jimmy's doing things and then he forgets he does them, which again is something for older people. The opening scene was really set up to show us a mature Saul Goodman at the end of his life. The ending scene, he's dressed kind of like a kid. He has a shirt and tie on, but he's got cotton pants and sneakers on. You know, that's how an 18-year-old who's forced to dress up for an interview will dress up. Then he's in the bathroom with Howard talking, and he's passing notes. I mean, it was a very high schoolish setup. When he's with the parole officer, the scene opens up. Our first shot that we see of Jimmy at the desk is him just staring off into space. It's what half a class in high school does. They just stare off into space because they're bored with life. As we go through the interview, we see things like Jimmy promising to do things in the future, exactly what teenage kids do. And by the end of the interview, Jimmy is just babbling about dreams. You know, there's no like details or real plan about how he's going to accomplish these dreams. He's just going to be a bigger and better lawyer and have bigger and better clients, and it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. But how? You know, like why? Why is it going to be different this time? He doesn't have anything. He's being like a kid, and he's just fantasizing. The biggest fantasy that Jimmy has at the end here, he says, me and my partner are going to open up a law firm. Jimmy completely plans on keeping this criminal aspect of himself going. And he believes at this point in time that Kim is going to be a part of it. He thinks that Kim is going to go along for the ride. And he has not realized the sacrifice, just like a young person doesn't realize the sacrifice it takes to get great things in this world, how much work it could take, blah, blah, blah. Jimmy doesn't realize the sacrifices it is going to take him to become Saul Goodman. Kim is not going to be part of that life, and Jimmy is going to have to give her up. But at this point, he's not acknowledging this at all. He thinks he's going to get everything he ever wanted and sacrifice nothing. And that's the hard lesson that Jimmy still has ahead of himself. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't be afraid to give it a like. If you know anyone else who watches Better Call Saul, go ahead and share the video with them. And if you want to be sure that you are alerted every time we upload a video, go ahead, subscribe, ding the bell, and you will be alerted. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.